Assalamualaikum. Today I'm going to read this book, Animal Ark, Lamb with the Laundry, and it is written by Lucy Daniels. Today I'm going to read the fifth part of this book. Needs some work doing on the barn, Mr. Hope said as he stopped the car. Maddie looked at the barn. It was true. It did look a bit run down, but there was fresh wood showing here and there where it had been mended. It was clear Mr. Spiller was working on the place. He started mending it, she said. Then she saw an old shed in the far corner of the farmyard. Look at that, she said. Mr. Hope looked. That's beyond mending, he said. That needs to be knocked down. Mr. Hope touched the horn. Nothing, no sign of life. Mandy looked at the blue curtains blowing at the windows of the house. Where were the Spillers? Jack Spiller is probably out lambing, said Mr. Hope. What about Mrs. Spiller and the little girl? Mandy said. Mr. Hope shook his head. He looked worried. Maybe you should go inside, James said to him. The door is open. Mr. Hope hesitated. He wasn't the type to go barging into people's houses without asking, but Mandy could see he was concerned. Just then a little girl emerged from the house. Her dark hair was tied in bunches with bright red ribbons. The ribbons matched her red jumper and red gumboots. She stood on the doorstep looking at them. Look, said Mandy. That's Jenny, Mr. Hope said. Mandy scrambled out of the car and walked slowly across the farmyard. The little girl looked scared to death. Mandy didn't want to frighten her anymore. Hello, she said as she got nearer. You're Jenny, aren't you? The child nodded, but didn't say a word. Mandy smiled encouragingly. Where's your mum? She said. Jenny turned her face up to Mandy and her eyes filled with tears. She raised a hand and pointed into the house. In there, she said, she's sick. She's got a sore tummy and Daddy isn't here. James and Mr. Hope were out of the car now. Dad, said Mandy. Mr. Hope's face looked worried. I heard he said quietly, keep Jenny out here while I go and see what's wrong. I hope you like this video. Allah Hafiz.